So you click on this video, that tells me either you have a soulmate, you're looking for one, or you're at least curious and probing on what it is, what a soulmate is, and how to get one for yourself. Now, this is going to be somewhat of a crash course because I find this shit relatively easy. I find it very easy to obtain a soulmate once you have taken certain necessary steps. Now, I'm not really talking to those who already have one. If you already have one, then you already know what it is. It's nothing to really tell you, you know. I would just encourage those who do have one, those, you know, if you see those who are struggling within your circle, if you can help them, of course, you know, definitely do that. But this video really is about talking to those who are looking for a soulmate, who are looking for a soulmate, who want a soulmate, wants to know what it means to have one, what does it take to attract one, and so forth. Okay, so this is going to be a crash course for you niggas. Okay, so first and foremost, I don't want to get caught up in trying to quantify what a soulmate is. You know, ultimately, what a soulmate is a mate, someone that you just connect to on a cosmic level. Just say that, because there are many books that explain this shit in detail in so many different ways. I'm just not interested in sitting here trying to break all that shit down. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to just shoot it to you. You know what I mean? Just shoot it to you straight from the hip and give it to you based on my own experience on how I was able to do this. Do this in order to obtain my soulmate, which is what I have now. You dig? Okay. Now you've heard, but then again, you've heard many times. You've heard from great speakers and scholars that, like the Wayne Chandlers and so forth, who's spoken about how we all have multiple soulmates. Whatever, we've all had multiple soulmates. But the key to this, the key to me is this: if you have multiple soulmates and you're going through these soulmates, you know what I mean? A lot of times, if you are still in search of a soulmate, that means that if you are in search and then you now can realize that you've had more than one, then what you starting to realize that it's not the soulmate itself. You know, that's the problem. You know what I mean? The problem is you. You understand? Hold on, I gotta hit this. One time for the one time. Some good shit. All right. So, you. Let's talk about you. Now, for me, I started to become really interested in the soulmate based on what I was seeing with Panic and Khadijah. Okay? What I was seeing with Panic and Khadijah, what I was seeing with Bobby and Linda, and how he talked about her. He has this he has this lecture on YouTube called The Metaphysics of Sex and Love, or it's The Metaphysics of Love and Sex, something of that nature. If you put in Bobby Hemmett and Metaphysics of Love, it'll pop up. And in it, he goes into detail about love and all its idiosyncrasies and some of the misconceptions, and and some of the known things about love. But what he does masterfully, he breaks down many scenarios, gives you many different understandings of how this thing, what we call love, works and what it really is. So as I'm studying this thing and I'm mulling this thing, I start to look over my past relationships and some of the mistakes that I made, which are too many to count. You know what I'm saying? Past my toes and motherfucking fingers. Probably eyelashes too. Shit. Can't even count the mistakes I made in relationships. So as I started to look back in my life and I started to look at the women that I've dealt with in my past, I realized just how fortunate I was. You know what I mean? I started to see how fortunate I was with some of these women. Like I came across some really good sisters, yo. You know what I mean? Some really, really good sisters, solid sisters that I fucked up. So then you start to realize, once you start to look at your own shit and you look back in the past, you realize that any one of them could have been a soulmate. It's just gonna keep it 100. Any one of them could have been a soulmate. The problem is that I wasn't my own soulmate. So we gonna get into that. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna get into that because that's the key. The key is that I wasn't ready. So we're gonna talk about what that means in order to get ready. I'm gonna tell you how to get ready based on how I got ready for myself. Okay. This is how I did it. When I was ready for my soulmate, these are some of the things that I've done. These are some of the steps that I've taken in order to obtain a soulmate. Okay. A true soulmate. All right. And in order to obtain a soulmate, you will find out, ultimately in the end, it's just about obtaining that love within yourself. And I know that sounds so fucking cliche. But if you can really hold yourself accountable for all your bullshit, you start to realize the major role you played in your relationships fucking up. A huge role. A big fat role. A lot of times it's your motherfucking fault. You dig? And that's the problem. So what are some of the things I started to do? I just started to simply look at my past and some of the things that I was doing in my relationships and some of the things that I was doing that were causing major issues. I started to look at that shit. I started to look at it and how in the role and played with it. I played in it. And what are some of the things that I could have honestly done differently? This is the process that you begin. You begin to look at these things. Look at these mistakes, some of the good, some of the bad. And what you honestly begin to do is you start this process of elimination. And you really want to have your heart set in a place to where you can be honest and genuine with yourself. You dig? You want to be honest, you want to be genuine, you want to be sincere about this thing. Because as long as you're sincere, then you're going to get what you're looking for. You're going to get what you're looking for. It's going to automatically happen. If you're sincere, I promise you. Now that I can guarantee you. If you're sincere, shit is going to happen. You dig? So I'm looking at all my bullshit. You know what I mean? All this shit, like the cheating, the lying, you dig? The fucking up, the money, all kind of stupid dumb shit. You know what I mean? And I started to look and say, you know what? Nigga, you fucked up a lot. You fucked up a lot. You're the reason. You the reason why these shits didn't work out. You created all the fucked upness. All the fucked upness. I'm high. All the fucked upness. Nigga, you fucked it up. I was like, all right. Damn, it is me. So when you start to really probe yourself, one of the things, especially if you adopt an optimistic attitude, which is important, you have to be able to see the bright side of things. So once you start to see that you're doing all this bad shit, I understood that there was another side to the coin. That if I'm doing all this fucked up shit, it's got to be on the other side of the coin. It's got to be some shit to where I can do shit differently. I started to see myself not doing that shit, not being that fucked up nigga. I started to really see it in my meditations. I started to really go over it in my heart. You know what I mean? Now, this is a daily process. This shit didn't happen overnight. This is shit I did every day. You did every day because I was serious about it. I wanted a soulmate. And I was really sincere about this shit. So I'm looking at my shit like, okay, nigga, you fucked up. All right. So then I'm like, all right, cool. I was fucked up. I see how I was fucked up. I see what I was doing to be fucked up. Now it's time to see what it's like to be not fucked up. And I was like, all right, cool. I got that part. And then I started to um look at some of the parts that were like really difficult. Like I started, thinking about all the cheating I was doing. I had to more or less begin to I began to put myself in the position of these women in my mind and how I was impacting them, how I was hurting their feelings and shit by the shit that I was doing, which was fucked up. It did. Sneaking around, trying to be a play and shit. So I started to put myself in their position so I can have a holistic understanding of my fucked upness. I started to pretend as if like what would it be like to date me? Would I date me? And I started to realize I fucking wouldn't. And I understood that any woman that I was seeing, some of the things that she could perhaps find charming about me or whatever that she may find that's attractive about me, I knew, you know, I know how to get through the gate. You know what I'm saying? Getting through the gate and sustaining it for a certain amount of period wasn't the issue. My issue was my inconsistency. You know what I mean? I was inconsistent. I was selfish. Very self-centered. I can do it, but you can't. You understand what I'm saying? Having these ideas of women and how I think they should be. You know what I mean? You're a woman, you ain't supposed to do that. If you're a woman, you wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because a real woman wouldn't do that shit. A real woman don't look at other men. Because a real woman don't do that shit. She obeys her man. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those niggas. Let me say this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's very important for these niggas to understand this shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you really want a soulmate, you got to get past that shit. You got to get past all that shit that you thought was all that shit that you think that a woman should be, or how you was raised, or how a woman should be. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that shit out your fucking mind. You dig what I'm saying? You got to get that out your mind. You have got to put her on a level that is outside of your fucking control. You understand? You got to begin to let her go. You got to let her go. Let her be free. And once you start to really understand this thing, you will start to get to a point to where you don't feel like I have to let her do shit, because it is not her being free. It's not a privilege that I fucking give her. You dig what I'm saying? She's free any motherfucking way. So it's not really about me letting her be free. It's really about me letting my idea of it go, which is all here. I have to let it go. You have to let it go. You understand what I'm saying? You got to let go of that shit. You got to let go of all this shit. Like, I see scenarios on Facebook about, like, men. Would you care if your woman had a back page or if she had a fans only page? Like, nigga, who gives a fuck about what you think? You understand what I'm saying? She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She can do whatever she want to do. You have no control over that in the truest of sense. Once you relieve yourself of that control, what happens as a byproduct of that is this anxiety that you get from when she does shit that you expect for her to do. Just don't expect shit. Just let her be free. Let her be free. You understand what I'm saying? So in my mind, what I started to do, I started to create this entity, this woman in my mind. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was superficial. At first, I was like, you know what I'm saying? She got to have this big fat ass. She got to have, this haters like this. I want to head her like that. And there's nothing wrong with being that specific. You can do your own work however you want to do it. But for me, what I started to do, I started to shed this superficial idea as to how I think she should look. And I started to become more interested in the essence of her. So what I started to do in my heart was become in love with the essence of her, regardless of how she appeared. You understand what I'm saying? For me, that was important. I had to get past my ego on that because we all have our preferences, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I certainly have mine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, what I had to learn was I had to get past my idea of what I thought she should look like, instead of just being more interested in who the fuck I was fucking with. You understand what I'm saying? And being interested in who I was dealing with or who I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. So you start to relieve yourself of these ideas as to how your woman should be. And as a byproduct of that, you free yourself of all the idiosyncrasies, the insecurities, you know what I'm saying, that you have. Let me hit this weed again. It's starting to wear off. I would pass it to you, nigga, but you ain't here. Hold on. Give me a second here. You niggers. I gotta light this properly, niggers. Hold on. It's only right. All right. Got my seashell here. One of my old soulmates gave me this shit. All right. So, where I left off at. All right. So fellas, I mean, it's really universal. It's universal in the sense of we all have insecurities. And of course, our insecurities, you know, they go from person to person. But nonetheless, if it's an insecurity, it can be let go. You can get over it. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can at least compartmentalize. You can at least put it to such a small degree that it doesn't bother you anymore. You understand what I'm saying? It really is all about your imagination. So this is what I suggest you do. Start creating scenarios in your mind where you can see yourself with the person and just allowing them to do what they want. I heard Panic say one time that he had a dream, and I don't remember it too specifically, but he said something about he had a dream about Khadijah, seeing her like having a party with a couple niggas. And I remember he mentioned the anxiety that he felt from that. And then he got the understanding that, oh, I see. You know what I'm saying? She is what she truly is a free, chaotic being. She can do what she want to do. So what I started to do when I heard that, what I started to do for myself was that I created this woman in my mind that was like that. I started to accept the idea of her perhaps being with another man or another woman or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Not because that's something that she may want to do in real life. You know what I mean? But what I was doing was relieving myself of this overwhelming pain and anxiety that comes with a person that cheats on you. You understand what I'm saying? Or sleeps with someone else. The overwhelming power that we give to sex is amazing. It fucks shit up. You understand what I'm saying? It fucks shit up. You understand? People cheat for a reason. It's because it's something that's in them that's primal that they just must fucking satisfy. You understand what I'm saying? They got to be able to satisfy that primal instinct. So what I started to do for me, I imagined her just doing what she wanted to do. And I imagined myself accepting it. I imagined myself walking into a house, hopping on another nigga's dick. Just in my mind. Just her and having a good time. Not her just on it and not enjoying it. Her having a good time and me just saying, hey, honey, what's up? Doing your own thing and I'm just keep moving, doing what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? So, as a byproduct of this letting go, you know what I'm saying, to get to the root of it, to the point of it, whatever the fuck. The byproduct of this letting go, the byproduct of me just truly, truly accepting this thing. You understand what I'm saying? The byproduct of me putting this soulmate on a pedestal that is worthy to be venerated. You understand what I'm saying? That's when I started to attract the person that I'm with now. You understand what I'm saying? And it was really, and then once I connected with this person, it was instantaneous. Instantaneous. One day I would break the story down and how it all went down. Shit was fucking amazing. Cosmic is the best way I can put it. You know what I'm saying? I got to a point personally to where I was like, yo, like, because I remember it was a moment of time in my life where I felt like I could never be with one woman. I thought that like one woman, like that's fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to conform to these stupid ass rules and ideas? You know what I'm saying, of shit, when I could just do what I want to do. And I was really I had got to a point to where I was content with just being a bachelor forever. You understand? That's what I really wanted. And until I started to look back and I realized that there was a part of me that I have never explored, which was being in love. And I look back at the women in my life, I realized that I loved them and I had very strong feelings for them and I cared for them, but I never allowed myself to be in love. You understand what I'm saying? So this thing is really, accountability is very important and it's connected to that sincerity. If you are sincere, you will be accountable for your shit. If you could be accountable for your shit, I promise you, you will have a soulmate. I promise you. I promise you. If you can hold yourself accountable for your shit and really be willing to turn that leaf to become something else, your soulmate will appear. It will appear. Because once you turn that leaf on yourself, you realize the true key of turning that when you turn that leaf, you realize the reason why you're turning that leaf is because it's not because you want the soulmate, it's because you're looking for that love that's within yourself. You dig? That love that's within yourself. Once you find that love that's within yourself, everything happens around that. You dig? Everything happens around that. You will start to have overwhelming compassion for people. Because you have gone over this shit in your own mind and heart, and you can see your own mistakes. Once you accept your own mistakes and you start to love yourself unconditionally, it's easy to get past shit with people. You understand? Because you can look at yourself like, oh, I'm fucked up. So it becomes difficult for you to get angry at people. Like for me, it's hard for me just to get angry at a motherfucker. My heart is so open. It's like, nigga, I'm fucked up. So why do I care to judge somebody else's fucked upness? You understand what I'm saying? I have my own shit. So it allowed me to just allow people to rock in my life. I no longer had I no longer cared to control motherfuckers. You know, I let people go. I let people go as a result of my own self-discovery of love that was within myself. So now I'm able to reciprocate what these women was trying to give me from the beginning. You understand? What they were trying to give me from the beginning, which I was unable to see. And I remember one of my exes, I remember telling her, I was like, yo, I don't, like, I feel in my heart, marriage is something that you want, and it's something that I didn't. At the time, of course, when I said it, I meant it at the time. But when I look back at it, if I could, when I look back at it, I realized that I just couldn't do it because I didn't even love myself. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see myself loving her, you know, because I didn't even love myself. You know, I'm cheating and shit. I didn't realize um how my actions went on the surface. It looked like I was doing a good thing for myself, getting some extra ass, which I felt was the best thing. You know, was for, you know, who don't want no strange extra ass from time to time. But I didn't realize how it was affecting my heart. You dig? I didn't realize how it was affecting my heart until I started to probe it. So, the fuck was I saying? I'm good and high now, boy. I'm good and high. But yeah, man. It's something. So if this version of me now, you know what I'm saying? I can work with any woman I've been with in my past, except for a couple. I can make it work with. And it's not even because of them. It's because of me. It's really like jazz music. I feel like I can play on any band. I feel like I can be with any woman in the world. I feel like I can connect with any woman that I find attractive. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? That's just how I feel. I feel like there is no zodiac sign I can't fuck with. Let's just put it that way. When I say any woman, I mean like any woman that I find attractive, I have the ability to connect with. I feel like I can connect. I don't care what she's into, because I don't care if she's religious. She can be a Christian. I wouldn't even give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? I relieved myself of an idea of how I felt like a woman should be. I became more interested in what was the essence of her. And the essence of her is freedom. And mixed with a whole bunch of other shit. You understand what I'm saying? I just decided to let whoever I was gonna be with, I decided within my heart I was just gonna let her rock. I was gonna let her do what she want, come and go as she please. She ain't gotta keep up. She don't gotta keep tabs. She ain't gotta tell me what the fuck she's doing. She's God. She ain't gotta tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? I started to accept that in my mind. Like, she don't gotta tell me shit. She don't owe me a motherfucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? I am not the person that is, I don't want to say worthy or responsible, but it's not I don't have this sense of entitlement based on society and what they say a man is supposed to be in a relationship. I began to relieve myself of that bullshit and say, you know what? And then what happened was, as I started to deal with women, as my heart began to open before I came across my soulmate, because I dealt with a few women prior to that. And I start to enjoy just seeing them doing what they do, just rocking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just amazing to me how that happened. When before I would have had some rigid nigga rule in my mind, which could have fucked shit up. And then now, once that leaf has been turned, I started to have like this overwhelming just love for seeing them being free. You dig what I'm saying? Just being free to express themselves without me being fucking judgmental about the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, with me trying to critique them and trying to control them and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the woman I'm with now, my soulmate now, you understand? It's like all the shit that I thought that I wanted to do before I got with her, the shit just started to magically happen when I began to relinquish all these attributes, let's just say, that I wanted in a woman. You know what I mean? I started to like Like, what nigga don't want to have like a threesome with a girl? You understand what I'm saying? Or not open to the idea and things of that nature. What could be a mistake is when niggas start to expect this shit. It becomes an expectation, and these expectations fuck shit up. You understand? These unfair, unrealistic, these dumbass expectations, which you have to relieve yourself of in order to allow a person to be free. You gotta say, I have no expectations. Fuck it. They can do what they want. I don't give a fuck. You gotta really mean that shit. You gotta really mean it. Otherwise, you're gonna always be fucked up and you're gonna get in your own way. You got to relieve yourself of these expectations. You got to relieve yourself of these ideas of what a woman is, what is womanly, what is not womanly. You understand what I'm saying? There are certain things that we know that are womanly and what's not, but we don't got to discuss those things because these things are already fucking known. So I'm not going to sit here and go through a laundry list of shit of what a woman, how a woman's supposed to act. I don't even have to think about or wonder what that is because a woman act like exactly how she's supposed to. However she's acting is how she's supposed to be acting. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have to change shit. Especially a black woman. She ain't got to change shit. She can do whatever she want to do, however she want, wherever she say go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I have it in my mind. You understand what I'm saying? She is what is. You understand what I'm saying? The black woman has no second. You dig? In my mind, she has no second. She has nothing that she has to fucking conform to. She is conformity. And she is unconventional. As much as she is conventional, she is all. You understand what I'm saying? You get that in your motherfucking mind, then all you have to do is just, nigga, just chill. Shit. I ain't gotta do shit. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gotta do shit. I just chill, nigga. I'm the king of chilling. I don't argue about a motherfucking thing. Nothing, nigga. That shit's beneath me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't, or what should I say? Now, arguments, now, let me be clear. Arguments are good because sometimes they're necessary in order to get in order to get to the root of a solution. You're trying to have a solution. Sometimes they're necessary for the sake of solution. What I'm saying is that arguing just to be fucking arguing. You know what I'm saying? Arguing about, motherfucker, she been going too long. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you been? How long you been going? Who you with? You probably doing this. Like creating, you know how we do. Niggas, bitches, you know how we create shit for drama. You understand what I'm saying? Once you start to love yourself unconditionally, you want nothing but peace for yourself. Period. All you want is peace. Once you begin to love unconditionally, especially have that self-love for yourself, you start to desire nothing but peace. Anything that is not peace, you would feel is counter. It wouldn't even make any fucking sense. You would start to really look at shit like, why? I don't see a reason to fuck shit up. You will always be cool, calm, collected, loving. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm loving. You understand? Like, I'm just a loving nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm just a cool nigga. That's just who I am now. You understand what I'm saying? I have no reason to start shit. I don't give a fuck. Start shit don't even come in my mind. You understand what I'm saying? It don't even something I even probe. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, my lady, man, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's so good. You understand what I'm saying? She dealing with a nigga that's just, that, maybe one day, I have we can sit down, we can talk. Maybe I have if she's willing to come on camera one day, maybe we'll sit down together and we'll have a conversation and we'll talk about some things. Because if I can help in any way, you know what I mean? If I can, if something I say can help someone get over something so they can get to another point, that's good enough for me. You understand what I'm saying? That is good enough for me. If you can really look at some shit and say, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. and then apply it and then watch the results, you will amaze yourself. Just decide, just like, what's so hard about making the decision to be peaceful? Make that decision. Make that decision. You know what? I'm just gonna be. I'm just gonna be a motherfucker people love to be around. I'm just gonna be a motherfucker people just love to talk to. Have it in your mind. See yourself as a man where everybody in the house fucking loves you. You know what I'm saying? Where they just love you. Where they just wanna take care of you and make sure they have your best interests. And you see yourself reciprocating that. Not only reciprocating, doubling it. You understand what I'm saying? Doubling it. Doing anything that you can in order to maintain the peace. And then once you have that peace within your heart, it's not even really nothing. It's not no work. You understand what I'm saying? It's you become peace. You become chill. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you become serenity. You become serene. Just become cool. And it's not something to work on because you are it. You don't have to work on breathing because it's just something that's automatic. You ain't got to work. It's certain shit that you ain't got to work on because it just comes. And then that's because you're already that. So just like you are an angry motherfucker and an upset motherfucker, you have to be able to see yourself on the other side of the coin. If you can't see yourself on the other side of the coin, then that's the what I suggest you start to probe. That's why I suggest you start to really start to look at yourself in the mirror. You understand what I'm saying? You got to get over your idiosyncrasies. Not only do you have to get over your idiosyncrasies, but you have to be willing to accept the idiosyncrasies in your mate and accept it with love and without judgment, you dig? Without judgment. So, this is part 2. This is part 1 of my killing spree when it comes to this shit, because this shit is important to me. I think it's important. Hit this weed. You dig? It's important. All that shit, all that freaky shit you want your girl. I promise you, bruh. My niggas, you get over your bullshit, she wouldn't even have a fucking problem doing anything you want to do. You wouldn't even have to ask. You would have to just more or less, you would have to become kind of, how can I say? You got to start, let me say this. Let me say this the perfect way to say. When this love and emotional currency start to come in and it starts to accumulate in this proverbial bank, you will have, as a man, if your heart is sincere, you'll know how to manage those funds, those emotional, sexual funds. You won't overdo it. Nigga, when your girl come to you and she tell you that she's interested and curious in certain shit, nigga, when she give you an inch, take the inch, nigga. Take the inch. Don't try to take a foot. Don't try to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just go inch by inch with her. Be patient. You ain't gotta say shit. If it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I ain't gotta say shit. I don't even, it's not even, shit just happens. Shit is fucking magical. You know what I'm saying? Shit is magical. I live in Neverland, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in Neverland, nigga. There is nothing I want for. There's not a fantasy that I feel I need to fulfill. I don't have like this desire to like accomplish shit. I done it. You understand what I'm saying? I done went as far as I ever wanted to in the work world. You understand? I landed that 6-figure job. That shit wasn't shit. You understand what I'm saying? That shit wasn't shit. Once I got there, I was like, oh, this is it. This is all this shit is. Just a bunch of other unnecessary politics and bullshit. This shit is bullshit. Just like I was in collections when I was making $13 an hour, $12 an hour, $10 an hour, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like I worked every retail job you could think of. AutoZone, motherfucking Home Depot, Best Buy. You dig? Walmart being an overnight stocker, nigga. Many collections jobs. Customer service, motherfucker, you name it. Until I started to get in my right mind, I started to learn how to direct my energy, and I turned that shit into a 6-figure paying job without a college degree, nigga, or a high school diploma, motherfucker. And that's not bragging. That's just real raw facts. Once you get into your own shit, you ain't gotta this shit becomes easy. You dig? Shit becomes easy. And that shit was easy, and I got bored of that shit, and I fucking quit. Because I didn't want to deal with none of the bullshit that was connected to it. I didn't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? I let that shit go. I didn't care about the money. I said, fuck the money, nigga. I'ma be good. You dig? I'd rather be fucking free. Free is the new money, nigga. That is the new currency. Freedom. You dig? Y'all niggas out here hustling for $1. And I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying is that there's a point where you start to value things that are more than just monetary. You understand? You will start to put more stock into other shit, and you'll be able to feel wealth in different ways, not just monetarily. You know what I'm saying? You start to feel that shit on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Where the real motherfucking kingdom is, nigga. And that's where I'm living. You dig? My girl is good. You understand? She is beyond my dreams. You dig? She's beyond my dreams. When I met her, she was in the church. Our first conversation, and trust me when I say, I have no motherfucking interest in propagating my idea of how I think a motherfucker should think. I didn't give a fuck that she was in the church. I didn't give a fuck. I just liked her. I didn't give a fuck. I had no interest into trying to change her mind about anything. I didn't care to have any conscious conversations. I didn't give a fuck. She probed my shit. And in maybe 2 days she was conscious, nigga. In 2 days, she was conscious. She went from being a motherfucking Christian to full-blown consciousness in 2 days, nigga. The fuck y'all niggas talking? I didn't have to say shit. She can tell you the story. She just seen me and how I was. Like, damn, this nigga, what the fuck? I want some of the shit he drinking. That bitch went into her own stuff. She's doing her own motherfucking work. I don't gotta do shit. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't even gotta say. Shit just happens for me. Shit just happens for me, you dig? But anyways, I digress, of course, like I always do. Y'all niggas better get on it. I'm willing to help any motherfucking body who is really with the shits. If you with the shits, I'm willing to help your motherfucking ass. But if you gonna sit here and try to philosophize and debate over some shit that's already known, I'm not, I don't give a fuck. I don't even engage. I don't even give a fuck. I don't even care. I got my own shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. But I tell you one thing. You get into your own shit, you ain't got to work. You will be feeling the same way. You will start to relieve yourself of all this bullshit. You will start to disconnect yourself from things that you thought was important. All this human shit that you think is important. You start to relieve yourself of that shit. Shit becomes small to you. To a point, if something is heavy, if it's something is big and bulky like humanity, once you put it in its place, it'll go from a skyscraper to a motherfucking pocket watch. You dig what I'm saying? Humanity is a fucking pocket watch to me, nigga. I can get whatever the fuck I want. I don't even got to stun anymore. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that six-figure job. That six-figure job that I obtained was a way for me to prove that it was something that I could do. You understand what I'm saying? I had to prove to myself that it was something that I can do as a result of my magic. But once I figured that shit out, I was like, oh, money ain't shit, nigga. Money ain't shit. It's of little importance. The shit just comes out of nowhere. I ain't got no motherfucking job. Money be coming though. And I don't even, shit, it's hard to explain, nigga. That's a whole nother video within itself, nigga. Everything is good around this motherfucker. I want for nothing. I don't need to prove shit. I don't gotta have a motherfucking S500 Benz to show that my magic is working. I don't have to have no big ass, big old home, nigga. Like, all that shit is good. Because when I get bored enough, I'll get that. You understand what I'm saying? When I get bored enough, I'll go ahead and get some hot nigga shit. Just cuz. But I no longer need those things in order to feel secure within my divinity. You dig what I'm saying? I don't need those things to feel secure. I don't no longer need those things to manifest in order to prove to myself that I am God. You understand? I just know I'm God. And with that, that's enough security. That's all the security I motherfucking need, nigga. Is that I'm motherfucking God. That all is mind and the universe is mental. That the mind is all and the universe is mental. The mind is all, the universe is mental. Understanding the law of correspondence as above, so below, nigga. There's nothing that's outside of me. I know when I look at the sun that the sun is reflecting the light that's within me. I'm reflecting that motherfucker. Not it reflecting on me. It's reflecting something that is within me. It comes from me. It comes from my motherfucking mind. And I put it there for a specific for a specific purpose, because it has a purpose to do whatever the fuck it's doing, which is reflecting. You dig? To remind me of me, motherfucker. All this shit is is helped me remember who I am. Nothing is outside of me. You dig? Nothing. And I understand there's nothing outside of me. I recognize that what's in me is also in my soulmate. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm God, and I recognize that the mind is all and the universe is mental, which means that we are a part of this one mind. She is within herself that as well. Then you start to, then what idea can you give yourself to believe, nigga, that you run her? You understand what I'm saying? Motherfucker, she is all. The motherfucker, you trying to run all. Shit, motherfucker, I'm trying to see all unfold. I'm trying to see what the fuck she gonna do, nigga. She be in there doing her work. I just sit back and wait patiently. I don't care to interject. I don't care to probe to see, like, baby, what you working on? What are you doing? Nah, she just brings it. And I say, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? As I'm doing my own work, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nigga. Y'all niggas better get this shit. Anyways, I gotta make a run. Of course, I'll be back. You know what I mean? Talking shit. You know, when the spirit leads me, I make a video. I have no schedule. You know what I'm saying? I'm a free nigga. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can get up when I want. I wake up when I want. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. I do what I want to do when I get ready. I'm not pressed. I don't rush for shit. I don't have a schedule. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do. And this is how it will be forever. I don't see a point in reverting back to going to a fucking job and a schedule. Fuck that. You dig? That shit is for the birds, nigga. When what the fuck? The shit, what's this? The COVID shit, y'all niggas should see this shit as something that is a result of your own mind that's allowing you to be free. You understand what I'm saying? Once you start to see your mind as all, then you will start to see that this shit is all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from something that's within you, that in order to free itself. You understand what I'm saying? But that's some, we can talk. That's a whole different conversation. You understand what I'm saying? But I look at this shit as fucking wonderful. And I think it's fucking insane for niggas to want this shit to go back the way it was. That shit is fucking insane. But that's a different conversation, nigga. We can talk about that later. I gotta make a quick run. And I'll holler at you niggas later. Peace.